I choked on my own excitement. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we always talk books. In specific, today we're gonna be talking about this book, The Crown of Gilded Bones by Armentrout, aka the third book in the Blood and Ash series. But before we get into this, I have an announcement. Starting next week, Monday, May 10th, I am starting the 7-day BookTube challenge, aka I am gonna post one bookish video every day for a whole week. Monday is what I read this month, February, March, April edition. Tuesday is my top 5 favorite book couples. Wednesday is, do I have that book? Thursday is my top 10 favorite book series as of 2021. Then Friday, you guys get to roast my favorite book series. If you want to get in on the roasting, go to my Instagram, which is in the description below, and go to my story and roast my favorite series. I'm going to be posting the same story the whole week so you guys can keep just roasting me. Then Saturday is Rip It or Ship It, and Sunday we're going to close off with First Sentence Challenge. And I'm going to have a very special guest who's going to blindfold me and read the first sentence. It's my brother. Now back to the scheduled programming. Crown of Gilded Bones. I don't know if you guys are surprised, but this is 5 out of 5. Just let me get that out there before I start saying stuff. First, let's talk non-spoilers. My favorite thing about Jennifer L. Armentrout is her characters. From the evilest of them all to Poppy, I love them. Even the bad guys, they're just so likable, and like they all have personalities. They all keep you hooked. Now I have an idea. While we do this book review, I'm gonna get a tattoo. This one. It's the symbol for Atlantia. Anyway, let's keep going. So in this book, we meet a lot of new faces, I feel like. Let's see if it works. So yeah, we meet a lot of new faces who I also love. Like, you just fall in love with these characters so easily. One of the other reasons why I love these books so much is the fact that things happen. We don't wait until the last book to find out all the answers or to have a big battle. But yeah, we did stuff in this book. And while it didn't answer all of my questions, definitely answered half of them. I'm so mad I have to wait a whole year probably to get the next book. But this book did make me more excited for A Shadow in the Ember, I think it's what it's called. A Shadow in Ember. The next book that's coming out. It's coming out in October, and it's a prequel to this book. And I'm really excited that thanks to this book. Because before I was kind of like, but now I really want to read it. Shall we check? I am a tattoo artist. And now I'm part of Atlantia. Sucks that I don't get a Cass or a Kieran. I'll go for either. Now, if you haven't read this book, it's time for you to go bye-bye because I'm going to talk spoilers. I'm going to talk details. I'm going to talk things you don't want to find out about unless you've read it. So, okay, now that the people who haven't read the book have left, it's time for spoilers. Let's talk about Poppy. Poppy in the last book, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, she annoyed me a lot. She was very annoying. I got annoyed a lot. But in this book, she was everything I like in a book character. She's a freaking goddess, literally. That's why you should have left if you haven't read the book, because of the spoilers. She's a goddess. Wish I guessed. Castile is the most supportive husband ever, but the book gets so intense at some points where I trusted no one, including Cass, which hurt because I love him, but I didn't trust him. The only character I never doubted for 1 second was Kieran. But Cass, I was a little like, he's gonna betray us. I was ready for the heartbreak, but thank God it did not happen. So Kieran was with Lyra, I think was her name, but she passed away, unfortunately, because I kind of liked her, even though she didn't do much. But then again, I like these characters all the time. But yeah, he was with her, kind of, you know, they had some sort of relationship, and then she died, and now I have a feeling he's gonna end up with Reaver, the dragon. Which makes me think about something else, a little prediction that I have about Poppy. You know how Poppy says like a million times, like I'm not kidding, she says it like a million times, that she wishes she could change into something like the changeling line, I don't know how they say that name either. I have a feeling she may be able to shift into a dragon. Because Nyctis, I think, can shift. Her dad can shift, her uncle can shift, so why can't she? And she talks all the time about how she likes the dragon and how cool the dragon are, so I'm like, Poppy's gonna turn into a dragon? But she didn't do it on this book, so hopefully in the next one. Although I heard someone say there's 6 books, aka there are 3 books missing. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how much longer we can push the story, but Tawny finally made an appearance, also her brother, also his brother. But yeah, Tawny finally came back, and she is so sad and freaking out and not alive currently. She's kind of like in a coma, so she don't really do much, but I do love Tawny, so I hope we see more of her. And now about her brother and his brother, aka Ian and Malik. Ian, the poor soul, he tried, but we didn't get an actual relationship, and it was really sad because I think they would have had a nice relationship. Now Malik is trouble. What the hell is he up to with Isabeth, the bad queen? Actually, both of the queens are horrible, but she's worse. And then the whole story when we're like, oh, Malik's her dad, I'm like, Malik is not her dad. He's not. He can't be. And when they were like, oh, it's his twin brother, I was like, yes. Then when they said, oh, he's been taken by Ithbeth, and she's like, oh, can he shift into like the wildcat? I think that's the animal that they called it. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, no. That one I could not believe that it was the guy that was in the cage. That was her dad. She met her dad and she just walked away. Which I get it. I would have too, especially if I didn't know he was my dad. But you know, it must have hurt her a little bit. Everyone is talking about Emil, and they all think he is a traitor. He's gonna betray them because he was always hanging out with Alistair, who turned out to be as bad as I called. I called it. If you don't remember, go watch my other video, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, where I talk about those books. And I called it that Alistair was trouble and bad news. And guess what? He was both. He was trouble and bad news. But anyways, we're talking about Emil because he was always hanging out with him. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but that's how it's written. It's written as Emil, so that's what I'm saying. But other people have the idea that he's the missing son or the dead son, because Alistair was in charge of killing that son. So obviously he would keep him close to him if he had been not killed, which I think he hasn't been killed. But I don't know if it could be Emil. I have to check what his features are, what his eye color is, and check up on the facts, because now make Poppy and him siblings, and Poppy needs a brother. So I hope he doesn't turn out to be a traitor. Let's talk about Miss Willa. I knew Miss Willa was going to be here because I am in the Facebook group with Jennifer Armentrout, where she releases little teases for books. For From Blood and Ash specifically. She has another one for all her other books, but I'm not on that one because I still have to catch up on her books. So I knew Miss Willow was gonna be here. But what? She was the one to send Poppy to see Cass. I do hope we see more of her because I really want Cass to find out that she sent Poppy. And I want a conversation between all of them. Which is kind of impossible right now because guess where Cass is? He's been captured by Isbeth. Now, the only thing I want from the next book is the most amazing Poppy gets Cass back scene. Because we all know that scene's gonna be crazy good. Oh, I can't wait for that scene. I cannot. I have to, but I can't. But I have to, and I will, but I don't want to. Another character that was new but old, literally, was Niktos. The god of the gods. He was awakened by Poppy, but then he went right back to sleep. That man's lazy, okay? He just woke up, told her that she had the power within her always, and went back to taking a nap. And he's not waking up until both his sons, well, one of his sons is with him. He doesn't care about Malik, which is mean. The Royals, aka Cass' parents and Isbeth and the king. I think his name was Jarvis. It wasn't, but I'm calling him Jarvis now. He's dead anyway, so we don't really have to talk that much about him. Cass' parents, I started by hating his dad, ended up liking his dad a lot more than his mom. I don't like his mom. Isbeth is just working with Malik, and she has these people that don't die, but they don't like dying, even though they don't die technically, but they don't like doing it because Poppy felt it from that girl that she killed in front of her. And I have a feeling they may turn into Poppy's side. They may shift sides. Tawny may turn into one now that she's been hit. So we'll see. I think they're gonna play a bigger role because for some reason it was weird. It was like they weren't happy with what they were doing. You know, villains usually are like, yeah, the queen's the best. I don't care what she does. I'm the example. I'm awesome. I'm the one to show up. But in this case, she was kind of like, I don't want to die again, kind of thing. But so we'll see. We'll see. Book 4, question mark. Isbeth and Malik's son is alive. Poppy rescuing Cass. Imagine that. Malik, not Cass' brother, but Poppy's uncle. I just feel like we're gonna see him in book 4. Kieran and Bonetta's baby sister, and Poppy or Cass playing with her. I feel like we didn't get that. And we should get Poppy or Cass meeting the baby sister and hugging her and playing with her, and Poppy freaking out about being a mom again like she did. I just think that'll be cute. It will bring good banter between them and Kieran. And more Malik. I definitely think we're gonna have more Malik. I hate that the names are so similar, because you guys don't understand who I'm talking about, because I have a bad accent. And my prediction is that Poppy can turn into a dragon. If you guys have read it, let me know what you think. Tell me what's your favorite part, who's your favorite character, and do you want the joining? Yes or no? If yes, why? It's weird. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, especially next week with my 7-day BookTube challenge, subscribe so you can get a notification for each day. And last but not least, this book got me out of a reading slump. Oh, I am officially requesting a family tree, please, because things get a little mixed up, because you know, like Cass' mom dated Poppy's uncle, and there's a son that's missing who is Poppy's brother, but then Poppy has a brother and a fake mom and a fake dad, and I just want a family tree. So if anybody can either make me one, or Jennifer, if you're gonna release one, please let me know. I would love one. Thank you.